Our next topic is ear. In particular, human ear. The role of ear is to receive sound and pressure. It is a receptor of sound and pressure. Hearing is done and maintaining the pressure is done by the help of ear. There are three main parts or divisions of ear: outer ear or external ear, middle ear, and inner or internal ear. External ear consists of three structures: pinna, auditory canal, and eardrum. Middle ear consists of middle ear, ossicles, eustachian, tube, and oval window. Internal ear consists of vestibule, semi-circular canals, cochlea, and round window. Now come back to external ear. Pinna is the outer broad part of external ear, which can move in most animals like donkeys, but in man pinna is still and it cannot be moved. Although some genetic variations in some human beings can make those human beings able to move their pinna, but not too much. The function of pinna is to direct the sound waves to the inside of auditory canal. Auditory canal is a tube which carry the sound waves from outside towards eardrum. Inside the auditory canal there is a substance called wax produced by wax glands present in auditory canal. The role of this wax is to damp the incoming sound waves, which increases the amplitude of the sound waves or intensity of the sound waves. Wax also maintains the temperature of the external ear or the sound waves which are entering or the air which is entering the ear. There are also tiny cilia present. Tiny hair-like structures are present in the auditory canal. The function of this cilia is to protect the ear from dust particles or small insects. Eardrum is the last part of external ear. It is also called tympanum or tympanic membrane. When sound waves strike with tympanum or eardrum vibrates and sound is produced. Now start the middle layer. The first part of the middle layer are three small bones which are called middle layer ossicles. These middle layer ossicles are attached in a respective manner with eardrum. The first bone which is attached with the eardrum is called malleus. Malleus is the first middle layer ossicle which is attached directly with the tympanum, the external layer. To the malleus is attached the second middle layer ossicle which is called incus. To the incus is attached the third middle layer ossicle which is called stapes or stapes. When tympanum or eardrum vibrates because of the striking of sound waves, these three small bones also vibrate. The cumulative vibration of these small bones will cause the amplification of the sound. This amplification of the sound from the middle layer ossicle will pass by oval window into the cochlea of internal ear. Oval window is the part of the middle layer which separates the middle layer from internal ear. Middle layer is also connected to nose by a small tube which is called the eustachian tube. This tube connects the middle layer with the nose and helps the ear to maintain the balance by regulating the pressure on both sides of the ear or one side of the ear. Internal ear consists of two receptor organs. One is vestibule and semicircular canals which are specialized for balance and posture of the body. And the other receptors as present in the internal ear are cochlea. Cochlea is the sound receptor present in the internal ear, and vestibule and semicircular canals are the receptors of balance and body balance and posture present in the internal ear. When sound waves enter from oval window into the fluid of the middle duct of cochlea, the fluid present in the middle duct of cochlea is agitated. By the agitation of this fluid, the receptor cells present in the cochlea become active and they generate a nerve impulse which is passed through the auditory nerve towards the brain. Brain recognizes the sound and helps the ear to hear. Now, when any difference in the pressure or balance is detected by vestibule helps to maintain the balance of all the body other than the head, and semicircular canals have the receptor cells to maintain the balance of the head. When we see the structure of the ear, it is like this. Our ear looks like this. This external ear, this portion of external ear which is broad, it is called pinna. The plural of pinna is pinni. And this tube-like structure of external ear is called auditory canal. This last portion, membrane-like portion of the external ear is called ear drum. And this first bone of the middle ear, it is called malleus. This second bone of the middle ear, it is called incus. This third bone of the middle ear, it is called stapes. And this tube which connects the nose with the middle ear, it is called eustachian tube. This window-like portion is called oval window. Now this round coiled structure of internal ear is cochlea, and these semicircular canals between the semicircular canals and cochlea there is vestibule. And this round structure present in the vestibule, it is called round window. This is the nerve attached to semicircular canals. This nerve is called vestibular nerve, and this nerve attached to the cochlea is called cochlear nerve. This is the structure of the external ear, middle ear, and internal ear. Now we will discuss the process of hearing and process of body balance by our ear. Hearing starts when the sound waves strike with pinna. Pinna directs these sound waves into auditory canal, and the wax and cilia present in the auditory canal causes the sound to be damped, and the eardrum which is present at the end of the auditory canal, it vibrates. When eardrum vibrates, the middle ear ossicles which are attached to middle ear ossicles which are attached to eardrum, they also vibrate. In this way, sound is amplified. This amplified sound passes through oval window into the cochlea, and because of the vibration of the sounds or amplified sound, the fluid inside cochlea is agitated. Agitation of the fluid inside the middle duct of the cochlea causes the receptor cells of the cochlea to be activated, which generate a nerve impulse. This nerve impulse passes through the cochlear nerve towards temporal lobe of cerebral cortex, by which you recognize different sounds. It is said nowadays that actually it is our brain that hear, not our ears that hear. Ears just help in production of sound and conversion of the signals of the sound into electrochemical nerve impulse. What recognizes or differentiates between different sounds is the temporal lobe of the cerebral cortex of brain. The process of body balance is regulated by semicircular canals and vestibule of the ear. There is two type of balance: body balance and head balance. The balance of the body is regulated by the receptor cells present in vestibule, and the balance of the head is regulated by the receptor cells present in the semicircular canals. The receptor cells for body balance present in the vestibule are very sensitive to any change in the balance, in the change of the direction of the body or in the movement in the body. Any movement or any change in the position of the body causes the receptor cells or the vestibule to generate a nerve impulse which is passed through vestibular nerve towards the cerebellum, which helps the ear to control the balance of the body. Similar is the case with the receptor cells, which are excessive sensitive towards any change in the head. Any change in the head will cause the receptor cells present in the semicircular canals to be agitated or stimulated, which will generate a nerve impulse that will be passed by the vestibular nerve towards the higher center of the brain like cerebellum, which will help in control in the maintenance of the balance in the head.